Hello everybody, my name is Kubla and I'm bringing you guys Viewer Replay Cast number 56, and that is right guys, I am about 44 away from number 100. That is the possible moment that I will be retiring completely from Dota. I'm just kidding guys, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna keep going with Dota as long as I possibly can because Dota's freaking fun. Casting is not that difficult on my part, and it's also, you know, looks good on the resume. Looks good on the resume, I'm gonna put that out there. So if you guys are interested in casting Dota, definitely do it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of reward. Just keep going with it, and people will eventually start watching your stuff because you'll start getting better. Anywho, all that said, I'm just trying to wait or trying to stall as long as I possibly can for this random draft to go through because this is a random draft. I really do wish I could see the poll, and I think Valve needs to go ahead and implement a way to let us see the polls. But hey, one thing at a time. I want to say that mentor thing implemented first, so I can start mentoring players because I've seen things in pubs, guys. Because for some reason I enjoy playing the limited hero pool, and I've seen quite a bit of derps. I will say that much. But then again, in the defense, that's where you expect to see the derps happen, in the limited hero pool. Anywho, we're not playing that. Enough about me. Let's go ahead and focus on this game. We see a Silencer first pickup. I honestly do not see Silencer as a first pickup, but unless these guys want to go for some kind of combination. Nor do I really see a Maiden or a Tusk as a Maiden maybe. Tusk, not really. Tusk probably would have made it towards the end. But a Warlock was in the pool, so he's going to be huge for those big ultis. We got a Bounty Hunter pickup as well. Bounty's going to be able to throw out those tracks. Easy gold, easy mid-game, easy life. And we got Abaddon actually picked up. Wow, okay. So some interesting things might be happening from this game. I will say that much. And of course, like I said, I can't see the hero pool, so I can't really predict what's going to be coming out. I'm just seeing random heroes show up from the middle of nowhere. Spiritbreaker picked up, Shadow Shaman picked up. Shadow Shaman, really solid support in my personal opinion. I really do love him as support. Probably Venom. I think I like Venom a little bit more, but Shadow Shaman, he's a very close second as far as one of my favorite supports. Spiritbreaker, that global presence with them ganks, that's all I gotta say. He can pretty much destroy Shadow Shaman, eat him for lunch all day. The only person he has to be careful about is of course Abaddon, because Abaddon can, I guess he can put it this way, he can tank some damage because he can heal up with his ulti, but that's really about it. And as far as the last pickup, well, they're waiting to the wire to pick up this last one. 0 seconds left. Tiny will be the last pickup. We will be seeing ourselves some kind of crazy game. I do not know what intelligent things to say about this team composition outside of the fact that both sides have relatively even team fight, and both sides have relatively, actually no, Bounty Hunter and Spiritbreaker be on the same team. That could lead to some very dangerous things for the dire side. Anywho, all that aside, let's go ahead and do introductions. Starting off, of course, on this side of the dire, since they were all completely picked up first. We have Spirit of Life on that Tiny. Moving over to Abaddon, we see Roasted Turkey on him. On this Tusk, we see Dasik or Dasik on that Tusk, on that Tusk. Moving over to Shadow Shaman, we see Husky. That's right, guys. We see H to the Husky. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure that's not the real Husky. But if it was, that'd be pretty awesome. Moving over to Maiden, I'm like, oh my god, Husky's one of my viewers, yay! Anyway, moving over to Maiden, we see Admiral Mypuck, or Maypuck on him. And that pretty much ends all the callouts for the dire side. Moving over to the Radiant, we see Subsun. That's right, the Stroke Face Subsun got a problem on that Silencer. Moving over to the Bounty Hunter, of course, who's going to be playing a pivotal role in those mid games. We see Tritium on him. Moving over to the Spiritbreaker, we see 50 deniers. That's like $50 and some other currency. Moving over to this Warlock, we see Elric on him, and last but not least, on this Lena, we see Digtoss. That's like, actually, it's Digitoss. Never mind. I was going to say it's almost like Dignitas, but it's not. We see Digitoss on that Luna, and then pretty much ends out all the callouts all around the map. Then we're going to bring up the last incident now so you guys can see what's going on with that. Hatred is picked up by Warlock. I think Luna would have been a little bit better pickup for that. She can do quite a bit of harassment damage on top of whoever comes down here. With just auto attacks, because she gets an additional 14 damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 14 bonus damage, plus her normal 59, which early on is quite a bit. But with the Warlock picking it up, all he's really going to do is just not really much. Meanwhile, mid, we got a very interesting matchup. We got a Spiritbreaker versus a Tusk, and I honestly think in this specific matchup, Spiritbreaker should have the utmost advantage, because all Tusk can really do is throw out an Ice Wall, and then Spiritbreaker can say, okay, I'm gonna charge out, and he'll be fine. But he did go for early point inside of his bash. He will be able to have his charge. So a fast level 6 coming on the Spiritbreaker because he went mid. That is the way mid works. You get a lot of XP by yourself. You get a lot of XP pretty darn fast, and everybody else just sits here struggling. As you can see, everybody else is level 1. on both sides. And of course the mids are already level 2, so we'll be seeing some pretty interesting games because both Tuskar and Spiritbreaker, which is pretty funny, they're both yellow. They're both decent at ganking. Meanwhile, down bottom, we see a lot of damage getting done to Warlock. Warlock about to be going out. Tiny trying to get one more last hit. He will be able to get it. First blood does go to that Tiny. And now Luna's on the run. She's actually taking a little bit too much damage. Tiny's taking her creeps. That's actually a very bad idea. He's going to be taking quite a bit of damage. And actually, he's going to take a tower shot as well for his troubles. And Luna could be able to finish, or should be able to finish him off with just one Luna as a beam. Boom goes the dynamite. Tiny goes down. Luna about to be going down too. One more attack is all Chris Maiden needs. Actually, Chris Maiden taking on creeps, and she goes down as well. Holy crap, guys. A lot of action getting done, a lot of derps going back and forth. Meanwhile, on top, we see a little bit more damage coming on top of Silencer. Silencer's actually trying to do what he can to kill this Abaddon. Abaddon just trying to be as nasty as he possibly can. He gets the kill. Beautiful Mystic Coil coming on top of him, but Bounty Hunter should be able to finish off this Abaddon. Abaddon needs to go ahead and throw out the Afterpothic Shield, so he'll be able to make out someone alive. And actually, no, he'll make it out alive anyway. Shadow Shaman in a little bit of trouble. Afterpothic Shield not getting thrown on top of him. Abaddon just casually backing him back. And I don't think I remembered to breathe for the past minute and a half, so I'm going to take a temporary hiatus. Courier coming to Tuskar. It is not an upgraded courier, so it did take the super long path because it decided, hey, this path is much faster than that path. So yep, that's going to be taking a long way. It will be getting there eventually. It will be bringing Tuskar his bottle for his troubles, so I can bottle up his feelings, and then let him out on Spiritbreaker with illusion runes and double damage runes and invis runes and regen runes. Oh my. And haste runes. There's 5 runes. Wow. I didn't realize that.
Denied.
Just realized that, I mean. So, as far as the lane matchups go, because I just realized that I didn't have time to call it out too terribly much. We see a Silencer and a Bounty Hunter versus a Abaddon and a Shadow Shaman. That's actually a decent pickup, or a decent matchup. Shadow Shaman's probably going to be dying quite a bit, but with the Abaddon here to throw out the Afterpot, the shield, Shadow Shaman should be relatively survivable. Abaddon turns around, throws on the Mystic Coil, only costs him 75 mana, not too terribly much in the mana cost department. Meanwhile, mid, we got, of course, Spiritbreaker versus Tuskar, and down bottom, we got a little bit engaged on top of somebody. Tiny getting a toss on top of Luna. Luna will be going down. Heal coming out from Warlock, but it wasn't fast enough, and there was a dead Luna, and that's not what you want right now. He throws out the he throws out the Fatal Bonds to do a little bit more harassment damage to everybody, but he's actually not attacking that creep. And Tiny throws out a laugh, saying, "Ha, that was my kill. That's what you get, bro." And as far as this bottom lane matchup though, these guys technically should be survivable, but between Crystal Maiden and Tiny, it's actually very scary thing to face up. Basically, Crystal Maiden can throw out her Frostbite, and then Tiny can just casually walk up to you through his Avalanche Toss and get a free kill every single time. And even if he won't be able to get a kill with that, there can be a follow-up Crystal Nova coming out from Crystal Maiden. Just go for the kill. And also, Crystal Maiden gives Tiny some nice mana regeneration. Anyway, Abaddon Abaddon on top is trying to go on top of the Silencer. Silencer will be running away, and actually, Abaddon should have probably put a point inside of his Curse of Avamba. That's what I should call it. He might have been able to get the kill otherwise, or with it. That'll help him with his move speed and also slow down Silencer, and actually helped Shadow Shaman do more auto attacks as well, because Shadow Shaman's damage right now is actually pretty darn decent. Nah, not that decent, never mind. I thought it was more decent than it was. We got a charge coming from Spiritbreaker on top of Tusk. Tusk, beautiful snowball, oh my gosh, dim plays. Bottle regen rune, now Spiritbreaker's in a lot of trouble. His charge was used, and so this will be a dead Spiritbreaker if I didn't ever see one. Holy crap. Talk about a turn of events. Shadow Shaman needs to go ahead and turn into a chicken. Actually, Shadow Shaman's out of mana. Will Spiritbreaker be able to make it alive? Looks like he will be able to. Tuskar will have a snowball in 5 seconds. He will not be able to use it. Spiritbreaker, he doesn't have a charge for another 14 seconds, and wow, nobody died. Actually, somebody might die. Bounty Hunter's rotating. He's not level 6 just yet. Regen rune popped by Tuskar. Bottle dropped on the ground. These guys do need to go and hurry and pick that up before Bounty Hunter does. And Bounty Hunter will be coming around the corner. Try to get a kill on top of Abaddon. Actually, Bounty Hunter's in a lot of trouble. He throws out his Shadow Walk, and he'll be fine. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got a kill going towards Lena on top of, going towards Tiny on top of Warlock. Definitely need to turn my volume up, because I did not hear any of that going on. You know, typically you can hear Avalanche from the corner of your ear, if you have a corner of your ear. But I mean, yeah, I couldn't really hear it. Tiny has himself arcane boots. I thought Crystal Maiden had arcane boots as well, but she obviously didn't. But it looks like it will be arcane boots all around. Crystal Maiden doesn't have any points inside of her arcane aura, which I actually think is kind of a slight mistake. You don't need so many points of Crystal Nova, or sorry, it's not Frostbite. Luna gonna be going down.
tower is under attack.
But the reason why you don't need so many points of Frostbite at this current point in time is because it just makes it cost more mana, and also Tiny got this. That's all I gotta say. Oh man, we got Bounty Hunter taking quite a bit of damage. Tusk not gonna be able to finish him off just yet. Speedbreaker did charge in by the looks of it, or he charged in very recently. And nothing really came out of that. So far, only 7 deaths on the map. A lot of action getting pushed back and forth. A little bit over 1 kill per minute. Shadow Shaman might be in a little bit of trouble. He does have Sentry Wards, so he might be safe if he can place the Sentry Wards around the corner, because Bounty Hunter is relatively low. But a double damage Bounty Hunter should be able to finish off a Shadow Shaman with just a Genetic Crit plus a Shuriken Toss. Charge coming down bottom on top of Speedbreaker. Chris Maiden in a lot of trouble. She might be going down. No, we got the ulti coming out from Speedbreaker. Beautiful ulti coming out from him. Chris Maiden throws out the Frostbite. Holy crap, will she be able to survive? No. Warlock says nope. And there's a dead Chris Maiden. But Chris Maiden almost able to make it out of that one alive. Abaddon up top, he wants to go for the kill on top of Silencer. Beautiful explosion coming out from his Curse of Advances. He did get slow with that. He did get slow with that Genetic Crit. Bounty Hunter coming around the corner. Bounty Hunter in the line of trouble. One more attack. Oh my God, it's beautiful Mystic Cola coming out from downtown on top of Abaddon. Now we got Shadow Shaman and Silencer going toe to toe, but Shadow Shaman will be losing this fight. But it doesn't matter. Abaddon got the kill. If Abaddon does make it out this one alive, he pops his ulti, gets himself healed up by just a tiny bit, not enough. Needs way more heal than that, and he's actually going to go ahead and run home. Spearbreaker charging on top. Spearbreaker trying to go for the kill. Tusk should be pinging the crap out of him right now, but Spearbreaker won't have enough mana for truly anything. And Abaddon did run back to his tower. He can't pop his Anthropothic shield. He needs to go ahead and pop it now. If he popped it, I think if he popped it, he would be able to get rid of the charge. But no, he doesn't pop it instead, and he goes down. Spearbreaker will be able to make it alive as well. As Abaddon, just always keep in mind, whenever you pop your Anthropothic shield, it does get rid of debuffs. And Spearbreaker's charge is counted as a debuff, so it should in theory get rid of Spearbreaker's charge, which means that Abaddon wouldn't have died at all. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Tiny getting killed yet again on top of Luna. This bottom lane is not really having all that much fun. We got Bounty Hunter trying to do what he can to help his ally out. Tiny does have enough mana for a toss. It will be more than enough damage to kill that Warlock. And actually, Bounty is trying to go for the kill on top of Tiny. He needs to go ahead and turn around and just throw a Genetic Crit right on top of Chris Maiden. He might be able to get the kill. Throws out a Shuriken Toss. Just punch her. There you go. Oh my God, it wasn't enough damage. Needs more damage. You know, Shadow Shaman on top, throws out his shackles on top of Silencer. Silencer pops his ulti, blows his ulti for no apparent reason. Nobody truly here to follow up. Tuskar is here, but I don't think Tuskar can actually do much. Actually, he will be just saying, hey, Kublai, you don't know what you're talking about. And he does quite a bit. Gets an ulti right on top of Silencer's head. Silencer was well below the threshold, so he got a ×3 multiplier, or sorry, ×4 multiplier. And just in case you guys don't know how Tuskar's ultis work, because we don't see Tuskar played all that often. Basically, if your damage or if your HP is below a certain level, then anytime Tusk throws his ulti, as you guys can see right there, it does crit for 300%, which means it does 3 times your damage as a crit, and then it does a lot of damage, and the person's like, oh, I fly in the air and I'm dead. But if you're below a certain threshold of HP, it raises it up to a 400% crit, which is essentially 4 auto attacks coming out from Tuskar. And we got an Abaddon ulti getting activated for no apparent reason. Not too sure what that was all about. He was not nearly low enough to actually be justified him going for that. Speedbreaker charging at bottom. Warlock will be going out. Bounty Hunter down here trying to help out. Bounty Hunter needs to go ahead and throw a track, but he's not level 6 just yet. He needs another creep to die. Speedbreaker charging in. Tiny is going to be going out to the Bounty, and Bounty should be level 6 and beyond by now. He's actually on his way to level 7. Meanwhile on top, what do we see? Did we see somebody go down? No, we did not see anybody go down. Abaddon building that Urn of Shadows for his team. And phase boost up on Bounty. Actually, that's a really perfect moment for me to go ahead and look at the items before anything too big. Actually, no, Tusk comes on the corner, wants to go for the kill, gets an ulti, gets the snowball on top of Bounty. More than enough damage to get the kill on top of Bounty Hunter. And Tusk punches himself a creep. 213 crit, as you guys saw right there. That is a significant amount of damage early on. Of course. Especially when you consider Tuskar only has 73 damage. He needs to go ahead and start building himself more Shadow Blades. Speedbreaker charging right on top of Shadow Shaman's head. Shadow Shaman will be in a little bit of trouble. Will he be able to scout this is a big question. I don't think Tiny was close enough to actually say, hey, we need to start running. But, yeah, we got Luna about to be going down. Luna does have her ulti. She could just turn around and just ulti and get the kill on top of Tiny all by herself. Shadow Shaman getting charged on top. He's actually getting silenced by Silencer. He will be getting disabled. Abaddon around the corner. Abaddon needs to go ahead and heal him up. Throw out the Afterpop shield. Afterpop shield does go on, but it's not nearly enough. Tuskar around the corner gets ulti right on top of Silencer's head. Silencer goes down. Punch to the face and he's down. Meanwhile, Tiny found himself a free regen room. We got somebody desperately on the run. Spearbreaker trying to get GTFO. He's going straight up for that Mask of Madness. He wants just 20 more gold and then he'll be fine. But he might be finding his very, very rude ending. Coming out with Tiny with the ambulance toss, and there goes the damage. More than enough damage to kill Spearbreaker and also delay the crap out of his Mask of Madness.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter finds himself a wild Tiny. He needs to go and throw out the track while he can. And he doesn't. Tiny says, hey, okay, screw that. I'm just going to kill you, bro. One more ambulance is all he needs. Gets the ambulance just barely on the corner. One punch, and boom, goes the dynamite. Bounty Hunter's down. And that's one of the scariest things about Tiny. As far as Tiny builds, the build that I really love to see people go for, and actually I think we see this Tiny going for as well, is basically Arcane Boost and a Blink Dagger. Tiny's about to be going out, free track goal going towards Luna, and also going towards Bounty. Track gold is what's going to keep these guys in it on the Radiant side. I will say that much, because right now they're not doing too terribly hot. Abaddon hasn't necessarily died all that often. Tusk, he's been moderately successful in his ganks, and Tiny's been just wiping people off the map. 7 kills, 3 deaths, and 2 assists to his name. So he's been involved in 9 of his team's 15 kills, which is actually quite a significant amount. You know, we got Shadow Shaman wants to go for the kill on top of Silencer. He's the Ice Wall coming up from Tusk in a very, very awkward position. He should just say that instead of trying to use it for a nuke. Meanwhile, we got Silencer popping his ulti. He just might be able to make it us alive. Tuskar trying to get the damage. Gets the damage, and Tuskar actually in a little bit of trouble. And he's going to pop his sigil. So he can not, or actually he's going to take the damage regardless. It doesn't matter. Bounty Hunter around the corner. Bounty Hunter should be able to finish him off. He throws out the Shuriken, throws out the Shuriken toss, and he gets turned into a chicken. He might be going down. Boom goes the dynamite. Shadow Shaman able to pick him off. And now we got Tiny getting caught inside the jungle. Spearbreaker charging right on top of that Tuskar. Tuskar will be going down here. We got Shadow Shaman almost able to time it perfectly, but it wasn't fast enough. Tiny around the corner. He will be able to help out with the ambulance and the toss, and that will be Spearbreaker's death. He should just toss the Spearbreaker right back towards him, but no, he decides not to. Abaddon going to be able to finish him off. Ulti coming up for Warlock, catching 3. Holy crap, a lot of damage getting done, but Abaddon says, I don't care, bro. I get healed by your damage. He's going to go turn around, go full man mode. Tiny get a beautiful toss right on top of 2. Just one more auto attack is all they need. Just everybody's so low. Abaddon able to finish off 1. Will it be able to finish off the other? They should be able to. Boom goes the other one, and Abaddon actually in quite a bit of trouble. He's getting burned to death. He goes down around the corner. Tiny taking a little bit too much damage. He might be going down here very soon because he is shackled up to, he's bonded up to something. Chris Maiden could just pop her ulti and possibly get a kill on top of Bounty. But don't forget, Bounty Hunter does have a Shuriken toss, and that will stop Chris Maiden's ability. You know, we got Shadow Shaman coming around the corner. He can turn the Bounty Hunter into a chicken. Chris Maiden can just casually pop her ulti if she really wants to, or she can just throw out the Frostbite, which is actually a really nice thing to do. She throws out the Frostbite, and now Chris Maiden actually taking quite a bit of damage. Warlock Golem, it should be able to finish her off. Double kill for that Warlock, and Shadow Shaman not able to throw out his shackles fast enough. He should be able to get the kill on top of that though. So free go for Shaman. Blink Dagger up on Tiny. Spearbreaker charge in mid on top of Creeps. Not necessarily the correct target, but close enough. And while we finally have some sort of downtime, some resemblance of downtime, let me go ahead and look at the items, because I see Luna building, it looks like a Helmet of Dominator first. And I actually want to talk about this really fast. All I gotta say, guys, is lifesteal is extremely overrated. I don't care if I see it in pro games or not. I'm still gonna go with the notion that lifesteal is overrated. As far as Luna's build, she built power trades at least, so she has some survivability, and she also has a poor mission, which gives her some decent damage, I guess. But going for the Helmet of Dominator before you finish up your Yasha, I do not think you should do. Especially considering the start that Luna has had, which is actually quite bad, relatively speaking. Tiny going for a Blink toss, ambulance, and gets a kill right on top of Silencer's head. Spearbreaker ulti is up, but he needs to choose the right target. He chooses the Shadow Shaman, no, he chooses the Chris Maiden instead. Chris Maiden gonna go ahead and turn around, throw out the beautiful Frostbite. She can actually channel her ulti right now and just get a kill on top of somebody, but no, she says, hey, I'm gonna save it for later, bro. Bounty Hunter tracking up that Chris Maiden. Chris Maiden might be actually going down if Bounty Hunter gets his one more auto attack, and boom, goes the diamond. Abaddon says, hey, bro, you can't kill me, and there's a beautiful toss coming up from Tiny. Abaddon just needs one more Mystic Flare, one more Mystic Coil, but it's not really gonna be there in time. Double kill going towards Tuskar, and this is turned into a Raffle Stomp very fast. Very, very fast, because Luna's one of those supports who, or one of those carries who really needs a good start to do anything. Spearbreaker, all he has is Mask and Madison boots or power trades, and he can't necessarily survive all the damage incoming towards him. Especially considering the fact that Tiny does a crap ton of damage. And I'll actually speak to the damage really, really soon. As soon as these guys take this middle tower and then back away, or as soon as we get some downtime, I will speak to the damage that Tiny's actually dealing to Spearbreaker specifically. But so far, Tiny does have a Blink Dagger, so that's going to be huge. Like I said, I really do like that build. Typically, you see Tiny's go for a bottle as well. So they go for a bottle, Blink Dagger, Arcane Boots, which is a really nice transition. Hold over until you finish or get enough gold to finish up your Aghanim Scepter. And then you can just start transitioning to that Manta style. So, excuse me, Manta style AC. I don't know, Heaven's Halberd, whatever, Butterfly, Diffusal Blade, for all I care. Just a lot of agility and damage items. Chrysalis, of course. Patron is up on Tuskar, and we got a lot of damage getting done too. Of course, Bounty Hunter getting caught in the wrong neck of the woods. He goes down. And now that we have some sort of downtime, let me go and talk about the damage that Tiny is dealing to Spearbreaker right now. So keep in mind, guys, whenever Spirit Breaker pops his Mask of Madness, he takes an additional 30% incoming damage. Now let's move on to Tiny. Tiny, whenever Tiny throws out his toss, the enemy is going to take an additional, or the enemy will take additional 20% extra damage whenever they're getting hit with abilities. So all that aside, all that said, Spirit Breaker is going to be feeling a whole entire 50% incoming damage from Tiny while he's tossed up. If he has a Mask of Madness activated. Of course, there's a lot of qualifiers there. I understand that. But my point being, Spirit Breaker is going to be feeling a crap ton of damage, and Tiny alone can just eat him alive. His Avalanche does a whole entire 300 damage, which after you reduce Spirit Breaker's magic resistance by all the magic resistance that he'll get reduced by, which is 50%, he will essentially feel 125% of that damage. So he will actually feel more of the listed damage than you would typically expect, because you usually feel less because of 25%. I don't know, numbers and stuff, math and shit. That's all you guys really need to know. Excuse my language. So long story short, Spirit Breaker, he's not survivable at all with Power Charge and Mask of Madness, and he can't do jack squat. All he can do is charge and die. That's really about it, because Tiny is essentially, with his team, the whole entire Dire started playing 5-man Dota, which is definitely what you can do when you're winning this badly. Bounty Hunter, he can't necessarily find any targets to pick off because there's nobody there to pick off. And at least Luna's up top, farming like a man / woman, woman, I guess.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But really, at this point,
is under attack.
I would like to see a Yasha already up on Luna. But of course, she has died 3 times, so that is going to delay her goal by quite a bit, or delay her item build by quite a bit. Meanwhile, as far as the rest of the items go around the map, we see, what do we see? We see Earn Shells up on Abaddon. That's really about the biggest thing on the map so far. Everybody has arcane boots and phase boots and bears, oh my, or power trades. Krista's coming up on Abaddon, so he's going for straight up carry. He's going full retard, guys. And what do we say about going for retard? That is right, you never go full retard. But Abaddon is going full retard. He says, I don't give a explicit word, cool blue. I'm going to go full retard. He's going for all out damage. And the reason why I would say this is going for retard for Abaddon is because I really do think Abaddon needs to build more strength items. Heaven's Halberd is an extremely good item for him to have, as it will allow him to evade some damage, and also it will, technically I guess, it causes him to evade heal as well whenever his ult is activated. Anywho, Luna up top, she's going to go ahead and kill this tower all by herself. She doesn't get the gold for it, but she TP's back home immediately because she knows she needs to come defend. She has herself a Helmet of Dominator purchased up, and that's about it. So she has, what, 15% lifesteal. Cool. 15% lifesteal of about 150 damage, guys. That's not a lot. That is about 20 HP heal, I guess, if you want to round numbers down and up and whatnot. So every time Luna does auto attack, it does give her 20 heal. Yes, sure, she has her glaives, which bounce all over the place, and only at this current point in time, it's only bouncing once, so it's not really bouncing too terribly much. But anyway, Tiny getting a kill right on top of a Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter going to be going, or Spirit Breaker going to be going down. His ulti did go through. I didn't see who it went on. I totally didn't realize that Spirit Breaker was dying. But down the curse person on top of that Bounty Hunter. So he's going to be pretty happy with his purchase. No, I do not want to update Firefox. Leave me alone. No! Crap! Stop it! Oh, I'm updating Firefox, guys. Well, not like I was actually doing anything with Firefox anyway. Just recording Dota, guys. That's not important. Anywho. So it looks like there's going to be a haste rune on top of Tiny as soon as he gets up to it. Or actually, no, Tuskar. Yeah, Tuskar would be a nice choice for a haste rune. Nope, they're going to give it Tiny instead, and Tiny's going to go ahead and run towards the secret shop as fast as he possibly can. He's building an Aghanim Scepter, like I said before, or potentially building a Rapier. I don't know, he's saving up quite a bit of gold, that's all I got to say. He's actually going to run and see if he can get a kill. He will be able to get this kill on top of Silencer. He did not necessarily need to use his blink, he could have saved that for later. Spirit Breaker will be charging him, but Spirit Breaker should be able to catch up with Tiny. Tiny needs to go ahead and run while he can. That's going to be a lot of damage coming towards Tiny's way, because Tiny doesn't have all that much armor. Spirit Breaker is desperately trying to chase it. That's only charge level 1, by the way. And now Tiny's in a lot of trouble. Tiny throws out a toss, throws out an avalanche. It won't be able to do enough damage. He needs just 3 more seconds of people leaving him alone, but they will not leave him alone. So Tiny getting extremely overzealous with that whole entire engagement.
Top tower is under attack.
And just to talk about Spirit Breaker real fast, Spirit Breaker is one of the few heroes in the entire game. Actually, I think he's the only hero in the game who can move faster than the max movement speed, which is 522. And as you guys see right here, charge speed is 600 at level 1, 750 at level 4. So he does move slightly faster than somebody with a haste rune at level 1. Of course, he moves much more fast than some of the Haitian at level 4. But he only had a level 1, so it didn't take. Oh, so it took him quite a bit. A beautiful combination coming up from these guys. Abaddon ulti was procced because he's a boss. Why not? Shadow Blade already up on top of Tusk. I totally missed that one. And we got Maiden getting charged right now. She's actually going to be the one feeling all the damage in the world. Beautiful chicken coming out from Shadow, but it won't be enough. Won't be enough to save Maiden's life. Tuskar will be going out here very soon. Ulti coming out for Spear Breaker around the backside. Shaman does go down. Abaddon going full retail. Like I said, he's going to try to man up, try to go for a kill. He goes down. Essentially a team wipe, but Tiny's coming around the corner. Tiny says, hey guys, the big hero's here. I'm ready to go for a kill. Let's do it. And nobody's left alive, so she's probably going to... I would advise Tiny back away. Nope, he's going to go in. He's going to go say, hey bro, gets one kill. Will he be able to get another? Is a big question. He will not be able to get another. Luna's going to be doing a little bit of poke damage on him. And we got a lot of damage. We got a lot more poke damage following on the backside. If only the Warlock Golem was fast enough, then Tiny would not be able to blink.
Dire's bottom tower.
I think he has a lot of regen. Holy crap. I didn't realize that. Warlock Golem has a explicit word ton of regen. Anywho, Luna built herself a BKB, which is not necessarily a little bit too little too late, but it will definitely be definitely useful earlier in these fights. But just like that, this game is not necessarily. Oh, sorry, the Raiden are not necessarily out of it, but they're they're fighting from behind. I'll say that much. Tiny trying to finish off the Aghanim Scepter so he can start being the carry for his team. The goal graph shows, as you guys see right there in front of you, that the Dire are only ahead by 5,000. They were ahead by as much as 8,000 a little bit a while ago, but they did die. They did lose a... I don't know if they lost the tower or not, but they did die. And if you want to go and look at the tower count so you can see how much gold they are actually up by, the whole entire Dire side are up by 1, 2, 3, 4 towers? So the Dire are up by 3 towers. Yeah, they're up by 3 towers right now, which basically means actually, hold on, we got Tiny trying to go on top of Luna. Luna is going to be able to survive. That Ogre Club able to keep her alive. You know, we got Spear Breaker charging it extremely slow, trying to say, hey bro, come on, stay still. Let me kill you first. Let me kill you first. And Tiny actually has reinforcements on the backside. Tusk got Snowball to fly. It will be a hit on top of Spear Breaker at the perfect timing. Spear Breaker also getting hit with the stun coming off of Tiny. Ulti coming off of Spear Breaker. We'll be able to finish off the Tiny, so no dodging that damage. We know we got Tuskar just casually popping the Shadow Blade. He should be fine. He should be able to make us one alive. He's actually taking quite a bit of damage though. And the rest of the Dire side of it, they're just, you know, say, hey, let's go and push this tower and kill this stuff. Shaman dropping his ulti. I think these guys need to go and TP out now, while they had the advantage. But they could, I guess they could take a fight with Abaddon being ready to go for the kill. He's going for a Vladimir's offering as well, which I'm not a fan of. As far as Abaddon, I mean, life still, it's a little bit overkill. I would prefer to see more strength items. Heaven's Halberd is a really nice item, like I said before, but I think it will cause him to dodge heal as well. So I'm not too sure how the interactions between Abaddon's heal and also the interactions with the evasion works, but I'm pretty sure it will make him dodge his heal. Vladimir's offering will be pretty useful for Tuskar and Tiny, I guess. So not that horrible of a choice. Tiny's Aghanim Scepter is completed though, so at least he has some consolation for that. He did go down, but he did buy his Axe, and that Axe is completed. He got himself a free tree, and now his eyes are extremely yellow because he just respawned. That's why. He's actually selling Iron Branch. He's buying himself some TP scrolls. TP in mid, getting ready to go for the kill. He says, hey guys, let's go ahead and 5-man Dota and end this junk because we don't want to be here no more. You know, one item that I do like to see on Abaddon would be, I don't know, it's kind of hard to suggest this item because it's overall it's not the greatest item in the world, but at least an Orb of Venom or Scotty. Scotty, if he has that much gold, Orb of Venom is actually kind of cool too. Tuskar getting thrown to the back lines. He actually throws that snowball into a creep so he can actually GTFO. He will be able to make us one alive, and Silencer misclicking right on top of a creep, saying, "Yes, creep, you shall not cast any spells." And the creep is disabled. It's a sad creep right there. 2 people are tracked up on the side of the Dire. Bounty Hunter trying to get as many tracked up as he possibly can, so his allies will know where everybody's at right now. But he does need to be very careful because there is a sentry right out here, and if Bounty Hunter does get a little bit too far out, he will be going down. Bounty Hunter throwing out yet another track right on top of that Tiny. And yes, don't forget, Athropothic Shield, which is what Abaddon's shield is, or Apothic, I don't know how you pronounce that. whatever the name of that shield is, it does do, it does get rid of debuffs like track, and also I think it will get rid of disabled as well. Tiny coming in the corner, he says, hey, I'm gonna go full retard, gonna go for as much damage as possible. Luna ulti to fly, Tiny's in a lot of trouble, he doesn't have ages right now, he goes down, easiest kill of their life. Warlock ulti to fly, catching a lot of people. Chris Maiden channeling her ulti, does get stunned up by something, or actually no, she popped the Ghost Scepter, so it did stop her ulti, and she's actually gonna be going down as well. It's actually the whole entire team on the side of the dinosaur are in shambles right now. I'm not too sure what just really happened, but all in all, just know that the Radiant are defending their base right now. You know, we got Abaddon ulti to fly. Silence is gonna go ahead and go toe to toe, go mano a mano, and now Silence is gonna be in quite a bit of trouble. After about the chill to fly on top of from Abaddon, we got Tusk rotating backside. Triple kill for Abaddon. Says, I'm a man, bro. Let's go ahead and do this.
Lost my way in the world.
And Spirit Breaker's actually trying to have a Tusk. Tusk needs to be very careful. He does have a Shadow Blade for 1 second, and he will be able to see it. Turns around, snowballs, beautiful snowball coming up from him. Ulti from Spirit Breaker will not be able to fly. He doesn't matter. He goes for the auto attack damage, and Tuskar is now in a lot of trouble. He immediately regrets his decision, if I'm not mistaken. 120 gold going towards Spirit Breaker as well because he killed that thing. And wow, I didn't know it was worth that much gold. Meanwhile, on top, we got Shadow Shaman. Looks like he's building himself an Aghanim Scepter of his own. Or potentially Heaven's Halberd, or maybe just a naked Ogre Club. I don't know. But as far as items that are missing on the map, I will say this, that the supporters need to go ahead and stop slacking and go ahead and finish up those mechanisms. Chris Maiden, she's very close to her mechanism. She has her buckler recipe, she also has her headdress. She is broke at this current point in time, but she did decide to build a Ghost Scepter, so she's trying to worry about her survivability. I'm really a prime believer that if you just, as a support, if you just focus on your team, just focus on building those team fight items, you'll be survivable enough. You don't have to worry about it. Anyway, Spirit Breaker will be charging. These guys do not have vision of it. Shadow Shaman will be going, or is about to be going down. A lot of damage is about to get done to him. Ulti from Spirit Breaker does fly around the backside, and there's the Shadow Shaman going down. Easiest kill of Spirit Breaker's life. And now we got the rotations coming around the corner. Chris Maiden trying to see if she can catch up, cut him off, cut off the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker has no TP right now. He's actually going to hide and wait for another charge. And nobody's here. Tiny throws out a stun, saying, oh man, he got away. Or maybe if they check his trees, they might be able to find themselves a wild Spirit Breaker. Are they checking trees? Oh man, they're so close. They're still searching. Spirit Breaker does charge. Tiny, no stun to fly for another whole entire 2 seconds. He actually blinks forward, gets hit with the bash. Feeling like a boss. Spirit Breaker, that is. He's going to be able to make it at mid. He has himself a BKB plus a Mask of Madness, and he has not used that BKB at all. This is one thing I will say about Spirit Breakers, though. If you're playing Spirit Breaker, please try to avoid the temptation to charge across the map. Because yes, you're Spirit Breaker. Yes, you do move faster than the max move speed, but it does still take you quite a while to get over there. And also, by the time you do get over there, yes, sure, you have another charge, presumably, and you can use a charge to just abuse your charge and stuff. But if you at all possibly can, try to get as close as you possibly can, or try to get as in the most awkward angle as you possibly can. Like, if you're trying to gank Shadow Shaman and you haven't charged yet, go right here and then charge. That way you'll be able to still get the surprise on him. You'll be able to still get the bash damage, and you know, I mean, maybe it won't be so obvious. Maybe you won't pass, or you won't risk passing a whole bunch of observers on your path from Fountain to Shadow Shaman kill. Because once people say, hell man, Spirit Breakers are rotating on top to go for a kill on top of Shadow Shaman, they're all going to rotate top and kill you as a Spirit Breaker. So definitely keep those in mind, or keep that in mind. Abaddon, Hyperstone is up. He's going for the AC. I would prefer to see.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I would prefer to see some other item that would be significant. Earning Shadow's not really all that significant right now. Yeah, sure, he can give you that passive heal. But, I mean, that's really about it. He can replace that with Sanj. We have a lot of damage getting done to Abaddon. Abaddon going to be going out here very soon. BKB getting popped by, I didn't see who it was, but Abaddon ulti to fly. He gets healed up with that. Sancho ulti to fly as well. And now there's stuns galore coming off of Spirit Breaker, but that ulti did proc at the perfect time. And Chris Maiden throws out her Ghost Scepter, and Abaddon throwing out a nice little laugh. He's saying, hey, I'm so pro at this game. And Tiny getting a nice little toss. Avalanche, will he be able to kill Luna is a big question. He will not be, yes, he will be able to kill Luna. Bounty Hunter going on the chase. Bounty Hunter will be able to get the kill on top of Tiny if he does throw the Shuriken Toss. Shuriken Toss does fly. Tiny does go down for the damage. Bounty Hunter might be down there around the corner. He does go down, and then Abaddon trying to run as fast as he possibly can. And he's going to heal himself with that Urn of Shadows. He's actually going to get hit with his tons coming up from Spirit Breaker. The heal coming up from Urn of Shadows. And Abaddon needs 13 more seconds. I don't think he will make it. He's actually going to try to get another after-popping shield, but it wasn't fast enough. Tuskar throws out a snowball. He's trying to go for the kill on top of Spirit Breaker. No, sorry, Spirit Breaker trying to go for the kill on top of him, but he decides against it. And Warlock's Golem's actually getting slowed by quite a bit. These guys should know. These guys should know that Tuskar is still around here. I think if I were Tusker in this situation, I would just run away. And he does. He does. So as far as the rest of the items progression that we see, that we can see on the map, we see a mechanism coming up on Silencer. Yes, the mechanism is still really nice for team fights. It's going to be not as effective as if it were before, but it still will be there. Shadow Shaman going straight up for Aghanim Scepter, and yeah, Tornado Stick. I like to see Tornado Sticks on Shadow Shamans. But of course, that's just me being nitpicky. As far as Abaddon goes, Abaddon built the crystals. He also built the Hyperstone. I would like to see what he decides to go for. Of course, I would like to see more strength items so he can have more HP. Maybe even a pipe, even to replace that Urn of Shadows, which would be a little bit more useful to his team later on. When Luna's trying to get her ultimate, Silencer's trying to get his nukes, and Warlock trying to get his damage going on. Moving over to the side of the Radiant. I think I've been all over this thing, but on the side of the Radiant, we see Warlock building himself an Orc of Malevolence. He also has a Aghanim Scepter first. I really don't understand the Aghanim Scepter first build on Warlock. I truly don't understand it. Of course, as a support, I would prefer to see Warlock decide to go for those mechanisms to make himself more survivable. Aghanim Scepter is cool because it gives you two golems to do more burn damage over a wider area. It also does, I think it increases the damage that the initial drop does, but I mean, it's just two golems. Unless you have a Refresher, I don't think it's all that cool. Once again, that's just me being nitpicky. I've seen a lot of people do it, and I still don't agree with it. Silencer mechanism is completely finished. Crystal Maiden, how close are you to mechanism? She hasn't really moved too much. Abaddon, Tiny blinking and trying to go for the kill on top of Silencer. Silencer getting a nice little curse of Silencer right on top of Tiny. Tiny throws out a toss, and he's actually getting, no, Shadow Shaman's getting charged right now. Silencer ulted to fly. Spearbreaker pops his BKB. Oh my gosh, bad communication coming on both sides, of course. And Spearbreaker ulted to fly on top of Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is already dead. Ulti's well wasted, and Abaddon, Tiny, and also, actually no, Abaddon and Tiny are the only two left right now. And the Courier as well. Courier's running as fast as he possibly can. It's like, oh my gosh, what's the Courier doing? And Tiny, whoa, Tiny, what are you doing, bro? He's sacrificing your ally. And actually, he's going to be taking quite a bit of damage as well. A lot of damage getting done. Back to Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker might be going out. His Mask of Madness is off cooldown. I hope he doesn't pop it, because if he does, he will die that much faster. It doesn't matter. He goes down anyway. Bounty Hunter almost able to pick off. Actually, no, he wasn't able to do anything. He just stood there and looked pretty. That's all he did. Deaths are coming up from Bounty Hunter, and of course, I always like to see the more damage-oriented items come on Bounty Hunter. So I don't necessarily disagree with not going for a BKB, but going against this lineup, it might be a good idea for everybody on the side of the Radiant to go for BKB. Tiny's Avalanche has been doing quite a bit of work on top of everybody. Tuskar, his Snowball has been doing, I don't know, not necessarily the most work in the world, but it does still hurt to have that thing just come and stun you and stop you from doing your combinations. Crystal Maiden Frostbite has been pretty annoying, and also Shadow Shaman, his disables are pretty annoying as well. So we do see a BKB up on Spearbreaker and Luna, so I guess the most important people do already have their BKBs. But Bounty Hunter, he's relatively important as well. I would like to see a BKB on him, because he has 0 HP, he has 0 HP otherwise. Not necessarily 0, but he only has 1,000. Which, at this point in the game, it's pretty much 0. Heck, I think Tiny can finish him off with just one Avalanche and one toss. Wow, toss does 300 damage. Yeah, oh my gosh, yes, toss does 300 damage. Let's see, Avalanche does damage in intervals, I think. Because Avalanche does damage in like 1 second intervals. Or 0.5 second intervals, and it does like four waves. So that's why you can Avalanche with somebody, then toss them in the air, and then get then the second Avalanche will hit them as well. So it'll take increased damage. So I think Tiny should be able to kill Bounty Hunter with just one Avalanche toss combination. Maybe an auto attack too. Of course, with an auto attack that might be actually legit. Tiny regen rune, just trying to be as annoying as possible. Trying to be as efficient as possible with that regen rune. Using a few abilities, why not? Ghost Scepter activated by Crystal Maiden for no true apparent reason. Aegis was picked up by Tiny, as you guys heard them. They were going for Roshan. I saw the mini-map. I just chose not to focus on it too much because, I mean, nobody's contesting it, so nothing really truly new to pick out. Spearbreaker charging up top, trying to give himself a nice little ward placement or push a lane, and or both. And as far as gold graph goes, it's slowly but surely starting to teeter towards the Radiant side. The XP graph does show a better picture for the Radiant, mainly because they've been doing well enough in these team fights to actually be able to collect a lot of XP. These heroes are worth quite a bit of XP on the side of the diary. Let's go and bring up the hero level so we can see the difference of levels. Everybody has level 2 of the ulti, that's all you need to know. Spearbreaker is charging down bottom right on top of Tiny's head. Tiny not necessarily the best target in the world, but Tiny doesn't have a BKB, so actually he's probably the perfect target. Ulti coming up from Warlock. Spearbreaker will be here very shortly, almost well timed. Silencer ulti to fly, a little bit too late on top of that. Shaman ulti was already thrown down, and so was the Piggy. And now Spearbreaker's going full man mode. He's going to kill the Tiny. Tiny does go down. Chris Maiden, they need to focus her, but she actually popped a ghost after no damage getting done to her. And actually, no, there we go. Chris Man does finally go down, and Tiny's going to try to go full man mode, try to get the kill on top of all these guys, but no, too many people. You must construct additional pylons, exactly what you just said. And now we got Abaddon on the run. Abaddon ulti is up, so he can use it if he needs to. And he will be able to use it. He's going to go toe-to-toe with the Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker will be immediately regretting his decision. Abaddon getting healed up for quite a bit, and he's going to go ahead and start running as well. He's no longer tracked. As one huge thing to pick out. And he's actually going to turn around the fight. He did try to cast his spell, which does slow him down because Abaddon has a disgusting cast animation time. It's ridiculous.
Middle tower is under attack.
And he actually sold something and bought the more expensive item. Activates Earn the Shadows. Nobody's following just yet. Luna trying to go for the kill. She does move fast as crap, but not fast enough. And Yasha's finally picked up on top of Luna. I'm very happy to see his item pick up. I still would prefer to see the Yasha before I see the Ultimate Orb. I will say that much. Not just because I'm being picky or anything, but mainly because the Yasha would give Luna a little bit more as far as movement speed and stuff. Anyway, we see a Abaddon. He does see Shadow Shaman's getting charged on, so Shadow Shaman's running as fast as possible, back behind his tower. He's going to be taking quite a bit of damage. BKB popped by Spearbreaker. Shadow Shaman, he won't be able to do anything but just taking damage. Pop a magic wand maybe. Abaddon's coming here for the help. He throws out the Afterpathic Shield, and there's a heal as well. Shadow Shaman didn't need to pop his magic wand. Spearbreaker goes down. Most obvious kill. Obvious kill is obvious. That's what they just said. And now Tiny's going to go for a kill on top of Luna. Luna pumps up a BKB, but she can't necessarily dodge the damage coming out from Tiny. She can kite him. So yeah, she'll be able to make it out alive because, well, Tiny can't. Tiny can only attack but so far. Tiny walks into Warlock slow, and actually he needs to go ahead and blink away. Why he can't? No, he can't blink right now. He's actually in quite a bit of trouble. Tiny's trying to build himself a heart, and he's going to be a long ways away from him. Bounty Hunter coming out. That's a track kill as well. A lot of gold getting towards these guys. It shows 371 gold, guys, but if you add up all the gold that happened in just that kill alone, all the allies got 150 gold apiece. So Bounty Hunter got 200 gold, 250 gold as well. So you got Bounty Hunter 250 gold, Silencer plus 150 gold, Warlock plus 150 gold, Luna plus 150 gold. Add all that up, that's 450 plus 250. So that's, what is that, 800 gold? That just went down for Tiny going down. And also, add on top of that 371 gold that Tiny just gave to Bounty Hunter as well. Tiny just gave these guys 1,000 gold. That's essentially a tower kill, guys. That's essentially a tower kill. Which is why it's always hard to call a Bounty Hunter out, because if you just add up the gold like that, if you just consistently does that, or if his team consistently does that, even if they lose someone like Warlock, as long as Warlock was involved in the kill, it doesn't matter. He's going to get paid. He's going to get his cut of the bounty. And yeah, speaking of tower kills, all the outer towers for the Radiant are down. I did not point that out before, but that's actually something huge to talk about, because the gold graph is only in favor of the Dire by 2,500, as you guys see right there, almost 2,500 exactly. And with that being true, and the 3 outer towers being up on the side of the Dire, the Radiant are actually ahead right now. The only thing they're behind in is, of course, tower kills. If they can kill those 3 towers, then they'll actually have the lead. For the first time in quite a while. So the Dire, the Dire really stagnating, which is not good when you have a Tiny who's trying to carry. That pretty much means that Tiny's throwing away his life quite a bit. He's getting a lot more room for Spearbreaker to farm up his he's giving a lot of room for Spearbreaker to farm up the Ags. He's giving Luna a lot of room to finish off her Manta style. So these guys can actually be useful. Warlock almost has as a refresher. He's about, I want to say he's about 1,200 gold away from that. Silencer, he has himself a mechanism. He's trying to build a route of Atos. He's quite a bit of gold away from that. He actually might be getting picked off here very soon. He does get spotted out. These guys do know there's a Silencer right around the corner. Silencer does get blunked on by Tiny. Tiny throws out a blink toss and throws out a few auto attacks. Silencer ulti to fly as well. Too little, too late. Pop himself a mechanism. He should have popped that ulti a long time ago. And he actually still might be going down. Spearbreaker did charge in. He's going to go for the kill on top of Tusk. Tusk's going to be taking a lot of damage. No detection on the side of the Radiant side. It's actually pretty funny. Doesn't matter. Speedbreaker ultis to Chris Manning. Beautiful ulti coming off from Warlock. Holy crap. Holy awesome ultis Warlock. And that was a lot of damage getting going these guys' way. That's a lot of damage getting, or a lot of heal coming towards Abaddon as well. But man, holy crap, that Warlock ulti is all I gotta say. Warlock does go down at the end, and we might be seeing Luna go down as well. Luna's getting healed up by her ally, who's already departed. And Abaddon's actually taking quite a bit of damage. He will be killing himself 2 free golems for free gold. Because who doesn't want more free gold, guys? And also, Tiny made it out of that one alive. So that means his heart will be up that much sooner. He needs to go ahead and sell that stout shield because it's not doing too much for him. And buy himself that vitality booster before it's too late. See, he agrees. He laughed. It's obvious. And as far as the rest of the hero levels go, you can see that everybody has level 3 of their ulti except for Shadow Shaman and Crystal Maiden. And it's not too terribly surprising. XP graph shows a much better tail than the gold graph, but still, as I always say about the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer and longer the game goes on, the closer and closer it converges to 0. But it's still a really nice indicator of where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, the Radiant have been not necessarily winning the team fights, but they have been successfully fending off the pushes coming up from the Dire. So their XP is actually doing really well because there are a lot of high-level people on the side of the Dire, despite the fact that the Radiant may be losing one more person than the Dire are. The Dire are losing more important targets that are dishing out more XP, dishing out more gold, and the gold graph, or the XP graph shows that exactly. As far as the gold graph goes, it's almost identical. If you take out the towers, it's pretty much identical. And we got Abaddon a little bit trouble. Medallion of Courage is getting activated by Bounty Hunter. Abaddon ulti is not activated just yet, but we got a lot of damage getting done to Silencer. Silencer pumped himself a mechanism. He will be going down. Abaddon able to pick up the kill on top of that. Tiny is tracked up, so he needs to be a little bit careful. Actually, no, Tiny doesn't need to be careful. Tiny's building the heart. Why does he need to be careful? Silly things to say. Tiny tosses a creep. Just a celebratory toss. Why not? And Warlock Refresher, it should be up. I don't know how much more gold he needs, but Tiny trying to get a blink avalanche doesn't really get it on top of anybody. Let's see, where is this? I want to see Refresher. Oh, we got Bounty Hunter getting caught out. Tuskar going for a free kill on top of him, but Tuskar does trade his life. Chris made an ulti to fly around the corner, getting a nice little bit of slow on top of Luna. Actually, no, it doesn't slow. Okay, never mind. Speedbreaker did charge on top of Chris Maiden. Chris Maiden will be going down on top of that. Shadow Shaman caught right in the middle of it. He can't really run out from the Warlock's slow upheaval. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. Abaddon trying to get him a heal. Oh my gosh, Abaddon kept him alive. And will Shadow Shaman be able to stay alive? After the shield does not go on top of the right target. It goes on top of Abaddon himself. And Shadow Shaman does stay alive. Warlock ulti does fly around the corner. And we got a lot of damage getting done to Luna. Luna might be going down here very soon. Shadow Shaman did survive a lot longer than he probably should have. Tiny able to pick up the kill on top of that by tossing his ally, and Bounty Hunter's a little bit trouble. Silencer ulti to fly, not going to be accomplishing too terribly much, and Warlock says, hey, I want to come back in, because I got a refresher in my inventory. And we got, oh man, beautiful ice wall coming out, or ice shards coming out from Tuskar. We got a kill going towards, or actually Tiny's going to be going down as well. Tiny, no, he has a heart. He's not going to be going down. That's not enough damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just barely able to pick up the heart before the damage ticked on top of him. So Tiny laughs. He's essentially in the fountain right now. You know, just casually healing up. And Abaddon did TP back to base, or sorry, back to his tower. He has 14 Earn a Shadow stacks, guys. 14 Earn a Shadow charges, and that's quite a bit of kills. He's been involved in 25 kills. His team has 52 kills. I mean, I don't know what else to say about all this.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
There you go. That's the best thing to say about it. Radiant's bottom racks are falling. And nobody's really left to defend. Tiny cleaving like a boss. He has no true damage items. He doesn't have a Desolator. He doesn't have a Daedalus. I don't think Tiny's ever built a Desolator anyway. He doesn't have all that much as far as damage goes, but he's still doing quite a bit because of his natural strength gain. I guess a heart is considered part of his damage too. So is the axe, but not terribly much. And top tower does go down. No rats go down for them. Refresher orb picked up on top of Warlock. Tiny doesn't know that there's a bounty hunter around the corner. Actually, now he does. He could blink in and go for the ambulance toss, but he won't have enough mana for the combination, so he's not going to go for it instead. The team is going to be rotating at bottom. Found a free kill on top of Spearbreaker, just donating his life to the cause. It's on to, oh man, beautiful dust coming off these guys, and that's a free kill on top of that bounty hunter. Bounty hunter does go down once again. Tuskar living his life on the edge. We got TP coming off from Tuskar. He wants to go home. He's phoning home. Meanwhile, Curse of Silence, I heard Curse of Silence, throw on top of Tiny. Tiny doesn't really give any true cares. He's gonna pop himself a toss so he can get rid of that, sorry, not get disabled. He does get disabled. Beautiful ulti, ulti coming out from Warlock on top of Abaddon, not the best of people. Abaddon gonna have his ulti heal him up. Look at all the HP coming out for him. If only he had a refresher himself, and actually he's gonna start running away because it's gonna be a lot of damage coming out. Tiny tosses him right back in. Tiny, you jerk. Oh my god. And this should be Abaddon's death here very soon. Boom, goes the dynamite. Tiny will pick up the kill. And Tiny ended the life of his ally. He said, no bro, you go back in there. So Warlock has a refresher, plus he also has Ags. That's really better. Tiny blinks, doesn't really do much for him. As far as getting rid of his last word. Maiden is casually up top. She needs to be very careful. Spearbreaker will be up very soon, and she does not have a TP. I'm expecting to see Boots of Travel come out on top of her, just because she has the goal for it. That's really the only reason why I say that. But Spearbreaker already charges up with Maiden. Maiden going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Taking a little bit of damage. She has no TP like I said before, so she's going to be taking all the damage in the world. Actually, last word might end her life. Nope, doesn't matter. Luna ain't been in their life. And Maiden getting way too overzealous, just saying, hey, I got a Ghost Scepter, I'm invulnerable. But no, because you have a Ghost Scepter, you're going to be feeling a lot more damage coming out from both Warlock, Silencer, and, all three of Warlock, Silencer, and Luna. More so Luna and Silencer. They have a lot more damage coming your way. That hurts. And as far as Silencer goes, I think his Glaive of Wisdom, it does pure damage. So that doesn't get increased by magic immunity, or by decreasing magic resistance. But hold on, we gotta engage and have him on top of the Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker does decide against it. He doesn't want to be in this war anymore. He's actually gonna be in quite a bit of trouble. Tusk turns the fight on him, gets some constant ice shards, throws out a beautiful ult on top of Spearbreaker. Probably should say that for a little bit later. Now Spearbreaker's gonna turn the fight, pop himself a BKB, and now Tusk's once again on the run. He has Boots of Travel though, so he might be fine. He just might be fine if his allies do come out and come in time. Meanwhile, we got Tiny on the backside. Tiny just trying to do what he can to make his guy's life a living hell. Tusk does go down, sadly. Sigil juking like a boss, trying not to donate any more gold to the cause. And this might be a dead bounty. It's got 3-head detection. No, they do not. Tiny gets tracked up, blinks into trees. He's actually stuck right now. Perfect time for Spearbreaker charge, which he will most definitely charge. Tiny gonna go ahead and TP out very smart, so. And Spearbreaker getting himself bashed by Roshan. His Aghanim Sense is actually finished.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And the Daedalus is up on top of Luna. Meanwhile, the creeps are destroying this tier 4 tower. The Radiant needs to go ahead and defend this. This is not something you want to leave sorry, this is not something you want to leave the base to defend for itself, which is your tier 4 towers. So, talk about the state of the game. Let's go ahead and speak of the state of the game. So we see what do we see? We see an AC, we see a Daedalus on Abaddon. We also see a Yasha on top of him, so he's going to go and start building himself a Sanji Yasha, which is a really nice item because that cleave is really fun to have, that greater cleave. We moving over to Shadow Shaman. He's trying to build himself a refresher, which would be cool. He built himself an Ags first, which I guess gives him stats, but I really dislike that item choice. Yeah, sure, we're in the late game, and having extra damage on your Surfer wards is going to be useful. But I still want to see a pipe on top of somebody, and I think Shadow Shaman would be a good, not the best candidate in the world, but a good candidate for it. Oh, cool! It also gives us splash damage. Wow, 100% splash damage in a horrible radius. Anywho, moving on to the rest of items. Heart up on top of Tiny. Also, Aghanim Scepter. He's building himself a butterfly. Yeah, butterfly's a nice item choice to go for. Bad evasion is all he really needs. He's also getting attack speed, which is actually translating to a lot more damage. We got a little bit of DPS coming on top of the corner. Beautiful ulti coming up for Warlock, double ulti to fly, doing quite a bit of damage to everybody. Look at all the damage coming on top of everybody. Everybody on the side of the dire side is essentially dead. Tiny's going to be going down here very soon. He doesn't have Aegis. That is right. Somebody else on Luna has the Aegis right now, and everybody getting massacred. Crystal Maiden trying to channel her ulti, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to frost over the bleeding, but it's not enough. She goes down as well. And the only survivor was Abaddon, and his ulti went off. So, yeah, the dire walking a little bit too close to the sun. I will say that much. Of course, the next fight should be in their favor because Warlock's ulti plus refresher should be on a relatively long cooldown, about the same amount of cooldown. Bailey Discord coming up on top of Warlock, which might be nice. And if this Warlock did his due diligence, I think he had his. I think he should have popped his Fatal Bonds, which I think he might have before anything happened. Anyway, Luna getting chased to the gates of hell by Abaddon. Abaddon trying to go for the kill on top of Luna. Luna trying to juke like a boss. She will be able to make it out alive because she does have her BKB popped. And actually, no, oh man, it's only 4-second BKB, guys. That is only a 4-second BKB. Luna in a lot of trouble. She's going to be going out. Bounty Hunter tracks up the Abaddon. Abaddon not going to be able to do anything until he throws out his shield thing. Luna turns around, throws out.
Another phase
Oh,
begins.
never mind. I was gonna say Luna turns around and throws out a luminescent beam, which might end her life, which does technically end her life. Abaddon wants to go full man mode. Look at all the damage coming out from Abaddon. Abaddon ulti to pop, and a lot of damage getting done back to him. Luna, very smartly so, decides not to attack anymore, and Abaddon actually might be in quite a bit of trouble. Spearbreaker charges in, Warlock goes out to heal around top of Luna. Spearbreaker hitting from the side. Abaddon goes down. Nowhere for him to run. No backup support from his allies. His allies like, yo, bro, you're crazy.
Radiant's middle tower.
But the middle tower does go down. Silence is the only one here to defend, and I don't think he's the best defender. He only has but so much intelligence. I can only hit but so hard, is what Silencer says. Was it 75% int to damage? Pretty cool number. Chris Maiden just parked herself right in front of the tower, just trying to protect as much as possibly can. Spearbreaker building himself a Daedalus, finally, starting with the crystals, of course, but he's building himself a Daedalus. Veil of Discord is already up on top of Warlock, and let's look at the gold graph, because I'm pretty sure this will tell a very interesting story. So, it was in favor of the Dire by quite a bit, but then team fights happened. That team fight made just skyrocketed toward, made the gold graph skyrocket towards the Radiant once again. And also, don't forget Bounty Hunter tracks. I think he got maybe 2 tracks in that whole entire thing. As far as the XP graph goes, this game is going for an extremely long time, relatively speaking, and it's starting to fluctuate a little bit more towards Radiant now because they're starting to catch up in the levels. But it's gonna eventually converge to 0 if it does continue on any much longer. Tusk got in a little bit of trouble, getting hit with quite a few abilities. Can't really do anything but snowball and just dodge the damage. He does snowball in his ally, which is actually a bad thing for him to do. His allies do take a lot of damage. Warlock ulti, double ulti does fly, and who's that going down? That was a Shadow Shaman, and that was also a Chris Maiden, and also Abaddon went down a lot earlier. So Tiny, the sole survivor this whole entire thing. Things have gone awry, I won't say that much. And Tiny trying to save his ally's life. His ally needs to go ahead and run. I don't know why he's going back for the fight, but he's actually trying to juke while he can. He's going to be going down. Spearbreaker going to be able to finish off the ulti. More track goal getting done to him. And now we got Tiny in a lot of trouble in over his head. These guys just might be losing this fight because there's so many derps coming out on the side of the Dire. Buyback instantly coming in from Tuskar, trying to save his ally's life. Say, hey bro, you saved my life. I'll try to save your life. It's actually a lot of gold for Tiny. Nope, Spearbreaker charging, Spearbreaker charging on top of Tuskar, and we got Tiny going to be going down to the Warlock golems. Too much damage coming on top of them, and this fight will be commencing around the corner. Spearbreaker does just barely go down. Luna's glaives are bouncing around. She has some mad style. She also has the damage coming out from her. We got all buyback coming out from Shadow Shaman. These guys are charging them 1 by 1, which is exactly what the Radiant want them to do, because the Radiant, honestly, the Radiant cannot fight right now. The Silencer ulti is on cooldown, and also the Warlock ulti plus Refresher are on cooldown. So if the Dire were able to buy back, all buy back, and then just go fight again, then they should be able to win the fight. But there's a booster trap up on top of Tuskar, so he could theoretically backdoor, try to go for the kill on top of that. But as things are right now, straight up team fight, the Dire can't win because Tiny not having a BKB is really hindering progress right now. Also, everybody else not having a BKB is really hindering progress. Chris Maiden throws out her Frost Nova, throws out a little bit of damage. Tiny. Bounty Hunter going to go now. MKB purchased up by Luna. So it's going to get rid of all the evasion that's coming towards Tiny's way once he finishes up his butterfly. Really nice item to have because 35% evasion on somebody who has that much HP is quite nasty. Gold graph, finally in favor of the Radiant. I'm not too sure if it did just do that, but it is in favor of the Radiant. So is the XP graph. Things are looking way up for the Radiant. They didn't just buy back a whole bunch of, use their buybacks to get a whole bunch of people back into the game. They also have their items, so they can actually really go toe-to-toe with the whole entire Dire side. Especially considering the fact that the Dire, essentially, once they lose the fight, they just back up and try to farm more, which is giving much more room, maybe too much room, for the Radiant to actually farm. Once again, Luna, she's not the strongest support strongest carry in the world. Tiny can't out-carry her, but with Tiny not going for a BKB, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much putting his team in probably the worst possible position. Tiny needs a BKB. There's no doubt about it. So much CC on the side of the Radiant. You have the Spearbreaker with his charge. Well, you can't necessarily stop his charge and stuff. But you have the Warlock. You can't stop it. You can't stop that either. You can stop the damage at least. So you can stop the damage from the Warlock ult. You can also stop the damage from Luna and also the luminescent beams. You can also stop Silencer's annoying damage and disable. You just get rid of a lot of things if you just have yourself a BKB. Tiny throwing toss a Silencer ulti to fly. Speedbreaker is charging in right on top of Tiny's head. Ulti from Warlock does fly. I think it only hit one person. So not necessarily the best ulti. There we go. The Warlock ulti again does fall and it doesn't hit really anybody. Speedbreaker is going to be able to pick himself up a kill right on top of Tiny. Actually, no, Silencer picks up the kill instead. And that's going to be another thrown fight yet again by the Dire. And that's a beautiful after-pop shield thrown on top of Chris Maiden to help her out. Ulti from Speedbreaker will fly on top of Abaddon. Abaddon says, hey bro, yes, I really want to be the one that you want to fight. He's actually going to be taking a little bit of damage. No ulti activate just yet, but ulti will be activated here very soon. Boom, goes the ulti, and now the fight will be commencing. Everybody's focusing on Abaddon because Abaddon looks like the most juiciest target. Death of Appearance popped by Tusker, I think, and now Abaddon actually might be in a little bit of trouble. Yes, it was popped by Tusker, so it did help them get the bounty hunter kill. And there's a boom! Warlock, once again, his golem's just doing so much work. So much burn damage, so much auto-attack damage. Luna just casually in the background, punching everybody in the face. And if you look at the XP graph right now, guys, I'm pretty sure it's essentially hitting 0. Holy crap, it's skyrocketed. Never mind. It's not necessarily hitting 0. But it's getting close to that point. The supports on the side of the Radiant are out-leveling completely the supports on the side of the Radiant. So I guess that's another thing to consider. I'm sorry, the supports on the Radiant are out-leveling the crap out of the supports on the Dire side at this current stage of the game. Shadow Shaman and Crystal Maiden both level 18, whereas Warlock and Silencer are both level 20 and 21 and above. And almost everybody on the side of the Dire are level 25. This is gonna be nice. Luna trying to run away, no BKB. Actually does have a BKB, it doesn't matter. Abaddon just saying, hey bro, I'm gonna kill you first. And she does go down. Warlock on the run. He's trying to run as fast as possible. Can pop himself a drum. I don't think he'll be able to make it this one alive. Luna does buy back. I don't think that was a necessary buyback, but she does buy back. Okay, no run. Tier 4 was getting attacked. That was definitely a necessary buyback. And finally, having 2 lanes of racks is going to start paying dividends for the Dire. They're going to be able to sit back and relax and let the creep waves push, but they, for some reason they're throwing every single team fight they have. And actually, I know the exact reason why. It's because Tiny doesn't have a BKB. Tiny needs a BKB. I don't care how much you want to be carry Tiny. If you don't have a BKB against this specific lineup, then you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Of course, all the CC coming out from all the major CC coming out from the Radiant side, you can't necessarily block with the BKB, but you can block all the damage because Tiny has been getting eaten alive left and right with Warlock's ulti, double drop on ulti, Silencer, all his damage coming out from his glaives plus his ulti, Luna with her ulti plus her luminescent beams. That's a lot of damage getting done to Tiny, magically speaking. So by him not mitigating all of that damage, he's just taking unnecessary damage because he doesn't have BKB. And he definitely has had the gold to get himself a BKB. Instead of going for that Eagle Song, he could have went for a BKB instead. Eagle Song still a really nice item because he wants to go for Butterfly, but at this point, Luna has herself a MKB. So that means she's not going to miss anything, and Tiny evasion on him is not going to change the damage that she's going to do to him. Meanwhile, Spearbreaker once again charging his Silencer ulti as a fly, and these guys keep finding the perfect time for the Dire. Oh, sorry, for the Radiant. And actually, oh man, Spearbreaker gets himself bashed up. He's going to be going down. Silencer ulti to fly, and oh my gosh, a lot of damage getting on Spearbreaker. He's instantly melted. Meanwhile, Warlock Golems do fly. They catch one. They catch Roasted Turkey, who's on the Abaddon. Abaddon going to be taking so much heal. Holy crap, look at all the heal coming on top of him instantly. Chris Maiden channeling her ulti around the backside. Luna might be going down here very soon. She did use her ulti already, and Tusk are trying to get the ulti on top of Luna. Luna does go down. Luna should be going down here very soon. Meanwhile, the creeps and Shadow Shaman ulti, double ulti coming from Shadow Shaman. That will be able to finish off the Ancient. And GG. GG's getting thrown. GG well played indeed. If it wasn't for that Shadow Shaman ulti, I think the Dire might not have been able to push in. I don't know. They did lose Abaddon, they also lost Crystal Maiden, which is not that big of a deal, but anyway. So, my name is Cool Blue. I just bought you guys... Wow, sorry, that threw me off. I just bought you guys Viewer Replay Cast number 56, if I'm not mistaken. This was a cast that was sent in by, of course... Sorry, who was it sent in by? Yes, it was sent in, of course, by the Shadow Shaman. So it was sent in by Husky. That is not the actual Husky guy who does StarCraft stuff, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you, but it is nonetheless somebody just as cool. It is Husky. Doesn't matter. Just all you need to know. And thank you, Shadow Shaman. Or sorry, thank you, Husky, for sending me this cast. It was a very interesting game, and yes, you guys having your Tiny not getting a BKB was probably one of the hugest mistakes that your team made. And that's really all I'll say as far as criticism go. But as far as your play goes, I mean, I would argue going for something else before you go for Agnes after, but I don't know. I'm just being nitpicky. I just don't like saying acronyms first. Anywho, my name's Cool Blue. Like I said, it's about you guys viewer playcast number 56. Hope you guys enjoy the cast, and I'll see you guys whenever.